Hello YouTubers. In this video we're going to be changing out my father-in-law's oil on his 2012 Dodge Charger Super B SRT 8. This car has 4,600 miles on it. He does not drive it any longer. It's been parked for years. And let's take a look. I think the last service change on this car was 3/9 of 19, and they recommended the change at 86.83. Car now has, what is that? I don't have the key. 4,530 miles. Anyway, yeah, so it's 5-year-old oil just about sitting in this car at this time on this video. And it's probably done a couple of 100 miles since the last oil change. Let's see. And here we are with all its glory. We're going to change out the air filter, and we're going to change out the oil and oil filter. Okay, this is the parts. This car takes 7 quarts even of Mobil 1's 0W40 or 0W40. And this is the oil filter. So everything's ready to percolate, so it comes out quick. Okay, in order to get to the oil drain plug, there are 4 screws. We need to get these 4 out of the way. That'll get this shield out of the way for us to be able to change this oil. Okay, the 4 bolts are out, or screws. Now we've got our drain plug. Who wants to see 5-year-old oil and what it looks like? At least it's not creamy. Okay, the oil filter sits here. And if this is like the one I bought, I have a piece that fits right on it and should help me get it out. So I'm gonna do that and get it off. In order to prep the oil filter, I typically oil around the ring, and I put as much oil as I can into the filter, so long as it doesn't go that way or it's just going to empty out, or that way. I try not to make it so that all of it empties out, but if it's going this way, I'll fill it all the way up, which this oil filter is. It's going up into the engine, and I'll fill it up with oil. That way at least it cranks with some oil already in the filter. So tightening the oil filter is just, tight. There's no really specs for that. Get it seated, and then probably at least another quarter to half a turn on there. It's got to be on there good, but don't put it on there too tight because it works by suction on some of this stuff, and it'll be a bear to get off. So the oil filter, the oil pan plug has been put back, and it tightens to 20 foot-pounds. All right, next thing is let's get the panel put back up and put the 4 screws back in. Now let's fill in the oil with 0W40, 7 quarts. Let me give you a tip. I've read on YouTube that some people are saying it takes 6.5 quarts. They could be checking the engine oil after they've added the oil to the engine and pulling up the dipstick and checking the oil. But I put a half a quart of oil in the oil filter. Easily a half a quart of oil in the oil filter. So the car says it takes 7. The owner's manual tells you it takes 7. Dodge tell you it takes 7. Put 7 in it. I'm betting something hadn't cycled through, or they are checking it without cranking the engine and letting the oil cycle through the oil filter first. But the oil filter should take more than half a quart if you put it in there first and then put it up in there. So to get the air filter out, to change it, I've already undone the screws, just Phillips head, and it should come up and forward. Okay, the air filter came out no problem again. Just had to pull and kind of walk it up like that. twisted no problem, didn't have to unhook this or anything. And this is the original air filter that came in the car brand new. So, all right, let's pop the new one in and we will insert it back in there. So getting it out was one thing, but getting it back in was a bit more difficult. Didn't want to go underneath these clips as easy as it came out of these clips. So I loosened this and just pulled this back from the box cover, and then just kind of, as I could get this under, bring this on, get this a bit more tucked in underneath these clips here, and everything worked out fine. So now let me screw them back in and we'll be done with that. Everything's buttoned up under the car. Service is complete. Air filter, battery, bowl, and oil filter. We'll back it off the ramps and put in a new sticker and go let it sit for another 4 years and 200 miles. YouTubers, if you like the video, like the video.